when a television production debuted in 1984 featuring a plucky foster child in mismatched shoes and side ponytails. Few industry observers anticipated that its young star would one day stand as an acclaimed documentary filmmaker executive produced by Leonardo DiCaprio. For millions of viewers around the world, the name Soleil Moon Frye remained permanently frozen in childhood nostalgia as Penelope Punky Brewster. The bright wardrobe, infectious optimism, and colorful charm of a 1980s sitcom defined her public image for decades. However, as the former child sensation stepped out in Los Angeles alongside her adult daughters to mark her 50th birthday, the stark contrast between public memory and personal reality became strikingly apparent. Beneath the surface of nostalgic pop culture affection lived a determined creative artist who quietly spent 5 decades navigating child stardom, personal health challenges, directed documentaries, and meaningful advocacy work to define her own identity on her own terms. The recent birthday milestone offered a rare, grounded glimpse into her present domestic world away from Hollywood red carpets and convention stages. Walking through the summer warmth of Los Angeles with her 2 oldest daughters, poet Sienna Rose, who is 20 years old, and Jagger Joseph Blue, who is 18 years old, Frye celebrated her golden jubilee with quiet joy and effortless warmth. The trio enjoyed an outdoor meal at Merced's restaurant, where observers noted her playful delight as she made funny faces at a passing infant carried by a fellow diner. The former child star, who also shares 2 younger sons, Lyric Sunny Rhodes, aged 12, and Story Indigo Moon, aged 10, with her ex-husband Jason Goldberg following their 2020 divorce after 22 years of marriage, displayed the same expressive smile that originally captivated international television audiences. Although casual observers still associate her primarily with her childhood television success, her adult journey encompasses complex personal milestones, family devotion, and a deliberate shift behind the camera. Her initial rise to global fame unfolded with remarkable speed when she secured the lead role in Punky Brewster after outshining hundreds of young hopefuls during audition rounds. The sitcom crossed into serious emotional territory by exploring childhood abandonment, foster care, and grief, creating a deep emotional connection with young audiences who watched her character find a home with a retired photographer. Although the original network canceled the series after 2 seasons, massive popular demand propelled the show onto the syndication market for 2 additional years of successful first-run episodes. Following the conclusion of her signature childhood role, Frye navigated the notoriously difficult transition facing young performers in the entertainment industry. She secured guest appearances on popular series such as The Wonder Years, Saved by the Bell, and Friends, before eventually joining her close friend Melissa Joan Hart on Sabrina, the teenage witch as Roxy King from 2000 to 2003, a role that reunited her with Hart, who had coincidentally auditioned for the original Punky Brewster role years earlier. Behind the scenes, her creative ambitions expanded far beyond traditional acting roles as she sought genuine artistic autonomy and storytelling independence. In 1996, she relocated to New York City to study film directing at the New School, eventually directing her first feature film, titled Wild Horses, in 1998. She later directed a deeply personal documentary in 2004, titled Sunny Boy, which chronicled a 2-week road trip with her father, Virgil Frye, as he lived with Alzheimer's disease. Simultaneously, she provided the vocal performance for the character Jade in the popular Bratz animated franchise across television series, video games, and feature films. During her early teenage years, she also endured severe physical pain and relentless public commentary before undergoing breast reduction surgery at age 16, a personal health struggle that required immense courage and reinforced her internal resilience. Examining her life trajectory through the framework of identity and perception reveals the intricate balance required to navigate early fame without losing personal authenticity. For many child performers, the heavy weight of an iconic childhood character creates a persistent identity crisis, trapping the individual within an idealized public memory. In her case, however, the gap between her personal self and her famous character evolved into a harmonious partnership rather than an emotional burden. She has frequently reflected that she does not know where Punky ends and she begins, viewing the character as a permanent source of love, hope, and emotional strength. Rather than resisting the public nostalgia that surrounded her early years, she embraced her legacy while quietly building a separate, highly accomplished identity as a documentary director, parent, and advocate. That artistic evolution culminated in the release of her critically acclaimed documentary, titled Kid 90, which debuted on Hulu in March 2021. Serving as the primary director and utilizing archive audio and video footage she personally recorded throughout the 1990s, she provided an intimate, unvarnished look at the realities of growing up inside the entertainment industry alongside fellow young actors. Executive produced by Leonardo DiCaprio, the documentary received widespread praise for its raw emotional honesty and empathetic handling of youth mental health, personal loss, and self-discovery. Today, she channels that same empathetic drive into active advocacy, partnering with the Kids Mental Health Foundation to promote emotional well-being, mental health awareness, and support resources for children and families across the country. Public and industry reaction to her ongoing journey remains exceptionally warm across conventions, digital platforms, and Hollywood circles. Fans who attend pop culture events frequently express admiration for her approachable demeanor and her willingness to celebrate the character that defined their childhoods. When Peacock launched a 10-episode reboot of Punky Brewster in 2021, long-term viewers welcomed her return to the role, praising her ability to bring mature warmth to the beloved character alongside original streaming episodes. Industry commentators also note that her successful transition into documentary filmmaking and child advocacy provides an inspiring model of career longevity. Her ability to maintain close relationships with fellow child stars, including her longtime friendship with producer Melissa Joan Hart, further highlights her grounded presence within the entertainment community. Looking back across her 5 decades, her story offers a reframed perspective on the true legacy of child stardom. Far from being a restrictive trap or a fleeting moment in time, her early television fame served as the foundation for a lifelong journey defined by creativity, maternal devotion, and authentic human connection. Whether directing emotional documentaries about her family history, voicing beloved animated characters, or raising her 4 children in Los Angeles, she has consistently chosen personal truth over superficial Hollywood expectations. As she enters her 50s with gratitude and creative purpose, she demonstrates that the plucky, resilient spirit that first captivated audiences in 1984 was never just a scripted character. It was the genuine, enduring essence of Soleil Moon Frye herself.